Welcome back and welcome to our latest segment of First and Finest. This morning we are joined by Christine Geltema of the Connecticut State Police. Christine, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. So I want to start off by talking about the new school year, which is just weeks away at this point. We have a bunch of districts around the state going with a hybrid model that includes both in-person and online learning. So are there any big safety tips you want to share with parents as we enter this kind of new normal here?
Yes. So first and foremost, safety begins at home. Whether you have children that are going to school or not, we want everybody to be safe. Whether or not children are going back in person, if they're doing strictly online or a hybrid model, we know that buses are going to be out and about more frequently. It's been a long time since we've seen buses out there. We're asking individuals to please adhere to that bus stop, the stop sign on the buses. There is a chargeable infraction if somebody is found to be violating that. We are also asking people to slow down, plan ahead if they know that there might be some type of bus route on their travels to and from work if they're back to work. There might be a learning curve as children are getting on the bus. These bus drivers might have to reteach these children, especially with social distancing, on their new procedures for the bus. We're also asking individuals, as always, to put their phones down. Do not drive distracted. When it comes to children who may be walking or being dropped off at school, we're asking parents to follow the school's plan when it comes to social distancing, their plans for dropping off if there is in-school session for these children. When it comes to some type of hybrid model or online back to school, we're encouraging that online safety. There are 3 different steps or 3 different things that people should adhere to, parents and children alike. Communication is one of them. We're asking parents to talk to their kids, talk to the schools, and find out what platforms might be used, whether it's Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, or Zoom. Know those platforms, ensure that their children are using them in a secure manner. When it comes to the second step, it's control. We want parents to be in control of what their children are doing online. We know that there might be some breaks throughout the school day if they're strictly online or on a hybrid model. Know what their children are looking at, what is downloaded, what websites they're looking for. Be in control of what information they're putting out there, not to put out names and addresses. If they want to put pictures up online, make sure they get permission first. And that last one is research. We're encouraging parents to do their research, find out what websites their children are on, find out exactly what the security precautions are for what platforms their children are using for school. And there is a website, commonsensemedia.org. Parents can go on there and get a lot of information. And also, we do have a statewide DARE coordinator who has a robust internet safety program that has been passed along to a lot of the student resource officers throughout the state. We encourage parents to get in contact with their schools or their local police departments and see if they can attend or if there's any type of internet safety classes for them as well.
All important tips there. And moving on now, I want to talk about state police arresting an Old Saybrook man this past week after they say he was told a UPS driver that he was going to shoot and kill 2 police officers in town. Very scary stuff there. Any more details you can share on that case?
Yes. So Old Saybrook Police Department received a walk-in complaint, basically. There was an individual who was a delivery truck driver who has been in the area for a while, knows this individual, was delivering some stuff to the home, and the suspect or the person that was arrested did make claims saying that once his dog had died, was very sick with diabetes, that he was gonna take everyone out. He named 2 police officers that he wanted to take out. He was gonna purchase some types of weapons in order to do that. The delivery truck driver was so concerned with that and felt that it was so important that he reached out to the police department, and Troop F Central District Major Crime Squad went out, did an investigation, and found that there was probable cause to arrest this individual. We want people to understand that we do take threats like this seriously. We do receive stuff on a daily basis about, especially with the climate right now in the country, how people don't like police officers, that they want us basically to be killed or die. But when it comes to something that is so imminent, We want to make sure that those people are safe, our law enforcement officers are safe, and the communities are safe as well.
And how do you guys sort through and know what's legit and what's not legit? You just mentioned that you guys get a lot of threats, a lot of complaints. How do you guys sort through all that?
Well, we do have detectives. We pass that information on, and they work diligently and tirelessly. They talk to witnesses. If there are witnesses, they talk to individuals, and then they can determine whether or not there is some type of a legit threat or not.
Gotcha. And the other big story this past week, of course, was those storms on Thursday. We got a tornado. So can you just tell us what the state police role looked like in all that?
Sure. So I'm going to pass that along to Eric Scoville. He's from the Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security.
Eric, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So if we could piggyback off of what Christine was talking about, just talking about the state level response to all this.
Yes, good morning, Angelo. Yes, here in the state of Connecticut, we have a Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, which is a sister division of the Connecticut State Police. And we work with the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection under the leadership of Commissioner James Ravella. So we do a lot of planning, training, and exercising to make sure we're always prepared for different types of disaster situations here in the state of Connecticut. And we work with our municipalities to make sure we're as prepared as possible. So for this most recent storm last Thursday, we began our preparations on Wednesday as soon as we had confidence in the forecast. And we started messaging out to all of our stakeholders, as well as the public, to make sure everybody was informed and aware of the potential for severe weather. Additionally, we've been activated at the State Emergency Operations Center since March due to COVID-19, and we were able to very quickly transition over to support the efforts to respond to and recover from this tornado event.
And you just talked about this, just touched on this, but how has COVID just impacted the way you guys operate?
So COVID really has changed the way we do business here in the state of Connecticut and nationwide. We have to do everything virtually now today due to social distancing requirements and the need to keep everybody safe. So we've leveraged our technology to operate a virtual state emergency operations center. And we've done that using the Microsoft Teams platform. We're able to pull all of our stakeholders in and kind of manage the response effort. And that includes the Department of Transportation, the Connecticut State Police, the Department of Environmental Protection, as well as our utilities. And we're able to coordinate response efforts, assess the situation, and deploy resources out to the field.
And when you talk about preparation here, what types of things are coordinated and what sort of resources were requested for this storm specifically?
So during disasters, everything begins and ends locally. So it's really those local first responders and those local public works employees who go to the scene first. We only step in when requested to by the municipalities, and we step in when there's a need for resources. So for this most recent disaster, this most recent storm last Thursday, we deployed a variety of assets, including our urban search and rescue teams, as well as the Connecticut National Guard. Additionally, there were some communications issues down in the New Haven area with some of the communication systems, and we quickly deployed assets to shore up those systems and make sure they continued to function until they could be restored.
All right, Eric Scoville and Christine Geltema, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning.